Okay.
know how to do that.
Huh, that's the first time that's happened.
It's happened 3 times for me now.
Yeah, that's the 3rd time for me now.
Yeah, I wonder if Zoom made some setup change.
I don't know.
Mm.
Gosh knows.
Discord got sued by somebody, so they added it. I don't know.
Terry, it's all you. I mean, Liz, sorry.
No, not me.
Are the people in from the waiting room? Is everybody here?
There's still one.
Yes,
person
everybody's
left.
here.
There's a couple of people that look like they're still connecting.
Yeah, for some reason, on the previous panel, it's the same person that got stuck in between. So we'll give her a second to get in.
Yeah, there's a few
Maybe
people.
she's doing it from her phone or tablet. I think she's doing it while she's working.
There's three that are still connecting.
I'll press that. Okay.
I only see one.
Okay.
Harriet
Yeah, I
and
see two.
Emmanuel.
Harriet and Emmanuel are still connecting.
Yeah.
Oh, well, no, there's one person literally still stuck in the waiting room, even though they, it's.
Oh.
The other problem is everybody's network speed is going to be different and their, connection is going to be different. So.
Okay, so shall we start?
Sure.
All right, share screen. Oh, okay.
You should be able to. There you go.
Okay, where are we? And play. Okay, hi everybody. Morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is the fan art show for the TagCon Quantum Blue. It's here, so welcome to the show. Thank you all for attending, and a big thank you to all the wonderful artists who've contributed this year. We have some fantastic items to show you, but first let's have a look back at the entries from TagCon Intergalactic 2020. And here we have Rachel Mackay's drawing, Liesl Schilling's paper mache, and Liesl's only a little girl, by the way, I can't remember her age, the Golden Grail.
She was 12.
She was 12, okay. Carol Atkins did this lovely, I think it's a digital art of Asen, and Krista Barrett again with a digital sunset scene. And then the lovely, fantastic, actually, portraits by Stephanie Castillo. And then we have something different, a stamp by Fina O'Kelly. And of course, the best of show was Harriet Bennett with her wonderful stained glass window. So I think you'll all agree that last year was a hard act to follow. However, among the 6 entries we have this year, we're once again delighted with the range and style of submissions. There are no portraits this time, but we have 2 more stunning stained glass entries from Harriet, a handmade quilt square, some simple drawings, some digital art, and an amazing work in acrylic or oil paints. So let's go. So the very first one we have is the Wedged Eye by Natalie Caverness. Unfortunately, Natalie didn't provide us with any details, so I'm guessing that this is done in either pen or perhaps watercolor. And she's depicted the Wedged Eye of ancient Egypt. And we see it here in a little bit more detail. All these detailed pictures that I put up are only part of the actual work, so that you can see the detail of the drawings. Or whatever work it is. And then the next one, we have something totally different, digital art from Amber Dean, a portrait of Atlantis from space. So we're looking down at the huge planet with the multicolored stars in the background. And here you can see those stars, and no adverse weather. There's no clouds, not a cloud anywhere. So the weather control was in action. Really good. I like that it's so big, takes up so much part of that, such a big part of the screen. I'm going to be asking everybody who's here and present to talk about their work after we get through all the slides. This is an amazing piece. This is from The Asteroid. I've called it The Asteroid by Bethpo. It's actually a part of it's a hand-sewn quilt square. So this, Beth tells us, is going to be part of a much larger quilt, and she's going to be putting in other scenes from the tag series. So hopefully next year we'll get to see another square. When you look at it up close, you can see all the work, the stitching, all the different materials she's chosen, and the colors and the flames. I think she's done a great job. So the next work is some drawings of the Atlantean headdresses by Julie Gray. And Julie's done a lot of research here to show us just what these headdresses may have looked like as they looked in ancient Egypt. So we have the Imperatus, along the top, we have the Imperatus headdress, and we know that because the cobra is, the snake, the cobra is standing up. That is the Imperatus headdress. And then down below, she's done some drawings of a coiled snake. The coiled snakes, apparently, with the infinity symbol, has some kind of, has a lot of multiple meanings, but she didn't say what they were, so perhaps she can tell us that when if she's here and she comes on later. And then we have something from Harriet again, this beautiful stained glass, not a window this time, sitting on a little support. So here we have Arion as he was ready to take Gwen for the stage 4, the aerial stage, the second stage of the triathlon at the end of the games. So here's a bigger picture, really lovely. A lot of work in this, so much work. And then here is another one. Harriet couldn't make up her mind which one she likes, so she asked us to decide. So we put both of them in. This one is a window, I suppose. You could make it a window or just hang it on the wall. You can't see in this, you'll see it in the next one. It's 2 astronauts, which are Gwen and Arita, waiting in space for Asen to come and rescue them. And we have down there on the left, the shuttle approaching, and that green big-eyed monster thing is what Gordy described as an extra Atlantean. And here is the bigger thing, so you can see them better. I don't know what the mauve spheres are, but I'm sure Harriet will tell us. And our last entry is Manala and Kemji, Overlooking the Hovering Gardens of Atlantis by Jennifer Hayes. This stunning piece has delighted everybody with its color and vibrance. The subjects Manala and Kemji are beautifully rendered. And to put it in the words of one of us, when we first saw this submission, if that isn't an accurate Kemji, I don't know what is. So I know there's a real cat that might look like that, but that's Kemji. Jennifer's imagining of the hovering gardens is just beautifully exotic and absolutely gorgeous. So here is an enlarged detail. It's not the whole thing, but you can see the drawing in more detail. So those are the entries for this year. Once again, because of the variety of media that people have chosen to submit, we're going to give a prize to everybody. There's going to be a tag charm for everybody. The best in show, though, we've decided to leave until and to announce until the closing ceremony. So you're just going to have to hang on for about another hour and a half until Nancy and Richard come on and tell us who the winner is. But we're going to have a look. You can have a look here. So if anybody is, if anybody is on, Harriet or Jennifer or Beth, Julie, who's available and wants to talk about their piece, we'll be happy to hear from you. Do I have to stop sharing the screen for this?
No, they can still do it.
Harriet's on, I see, and Julie's on.
I'm Jennifer. My name is Erwin on here.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
With
I
Hanging
just want to say,
Gardens.
yes, it's in oil painting.
Oil paintings. Okay, sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, it was a fun project to work on because I wanted to see it for myself. And I think like most artists, we look at things and we kind of cringe when we're done because we think, well, I could have done that differently. But Kemji was fun to do because he has that look in his eye that he's just kind of generally unpleased or displeased or unapproving. I don't know.
Yes.
It was a fun project to work on though.
I think you mentioned that you'd started over a year ago doing this.
Yeah, I didn't know about TagCon or anything. I just really wanted to see something, and this work went through so many different stages. I usually take pictures through all the stages. I erase, meaning like I'll paint over something that I've spent hours and hours of work on, and I'm just like, that's not the original picture or painting. Had more of like a French kind of castle gardens in the background. I'm like, that doesn't seem Atlantean at all. So I had spent so much time and adding detail to that, and I painted over everything. And then I had to rethink where I wanted to go with it, but it was just fun in general.
It looks a little bit oriental to me.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time looking at different, different types of architecture from Egypt and from India, and added things that just general, I guess, components, but also just wanted to let my imagination go with it. There are different
And you
also Egyptian. Sorry?
have a 4-point. There's a 4-point star in the an astrocadre in the swimming pool.
Actually, it's not a swimming pool. I was thinking about changing the color. It's just blue, but it used to be beige, but it looks like a swimming pool. It's opening up to let the other hovering platforms.
Okay, all right. So there's a lot of
Sure.
Yeah.
detail in
So when it closes, it forms, like you can see the design where it's kind of sticky. There are points sticking out. Yeah,
I can
it's
see.
hard to tell.
And what about there on the left below the mountain pinnacles? I was just looking at it earlier. Is that the Grail in the stadium?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Can you go
Okay.
back to the, can you go back a slide to the actual bigger picture?
No.
Liz?
I
No?
can't.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I can't. No, I don't know how to go back. I'd have to start all over again.
Okay.
But we might get a chance to see it later. Maybe we can. I'll have a look.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
wonderful, Jennifer. Are you an artist by trade, or you just is a hobby?
It's a hobby. I usually
Wonderful.
don't show my art to anyone. I'll put a few pieces on Instagram, but it's just fun for me to do. So yeah, that's it.
That's
Thank you.
lovely. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Everything
Are
looks great. Everyone's art. I actually ended up seeing the presentation for last year's online, and I had no idea. And it was just really exciting to see everyone, just excited to render their own image of the Atlantis Grail. So, or image or art pieces. So it's very exciting to be a part of this.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else who'd like to talk about their work?
I'd like to ask Harriet to talk a little bit more about her hanging in space piece, if she's willing. What inspired her and just to describe the feelings she was evoking for herself when she did it. If she's willing, if she can unmute herself.
Seem to be having difficulty.
Yeah, she might.
Everyone has the ability, so.
Okay, is anybody else while Harriet's sorting herself out? Is there Julie, do you want to say something? Nope.
Or the quilt, it would be interesting to know what what the
Yes,
overall,
Harriet raised her hand, so
okay,
let me.
all right.
Her.
There
I
you
couldn't
go.
unmute myself. I was
Yeah,
just
go
going
ahead,
to
that's all
say,
right. Then, yeah, I unmuted you, so that I'm glad that you raised your hand, and it shows on my master list on the bottom here that raised their hand. Oh, okay, I think I see the problem.
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to say that that painting with the hovering gardens is stunning. I just absolutely love it. I think that it is amazing. It is so beautiful. Love the colors. It's so vibrant.
What about yours? Which one do you prefer, Harriet? Do you prefer Arion or do you prefer the spacing?
I really don't know. I don't know.
They're both
But I
lovely.
love Arion because of the yellow, because of, I'm in the yellow quadrant.
Oh, yeah.
And that is where the start of where Earth was going to be saved and Atlantis was going to be saved when Gwen met Arion. And the one with the space hanging in space, even though Aeson is in his aircraft or whatever, going to rescue Rita and Gwen, to me, it's the feeling that piece evokes for me personally, the feelings that he must have felt, his heartbeat, is the anxiety that he had to try and get there in time. And he knew in his heart he will not get there in time to save Gwen, but he was trying his utmost to get there, to get to Gwen and save her. And that piece evokes so many different feelings to me. The love and that somebody have for somebody else.
And not to mention Erita's love for Gwen and Aeson in letting
Yeah.
her loose, you know.
Yeah, that she
I
was
can just picture
sacrificing. So
her.
that is all about sacrifice.
Yeah, I
That
can
whole
picture
piece
her
for
saying
me.
goodbye.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's
Beautiful.
Lovely. Are you going to do a piece for next year's show?
I think I need to stay away from the stained glass. Maybe try a different medium next time. So, yeah,
Something else, yeah.
You do such a beautiful job.
yeah.
Okay, lovely. Thank you. I think Amber would like to talk about hers. Amber is the artist with the Atlantis, Atlantis from space.
Hello. So I ended up doing that in about 3 hours. I had to redo my because my first one I used a different tool to, and it was a blurred image. It was a real surreal. I mean, like the background of the space was very very sharp, and then like Atlantis was supposed to be like kind of fuzzy. But this one's a different one. I worked on that one for longer, but it wouldn't go through the system because I guess the airbrush tool it was just too fuzzy for whatever it was. So I had to redo this one. So I was in a hurry, but I think it turned out okay.
That's lovely.
So I'm actually a photographer, so, but I do other art and stuff because I do like, that's my degree. You had to go through all the different types of art stuff to get to photography. So
It's beautiful.
oh, thank you. But that oil painting is just fantastic, I think.
Okay, thank
Artists
you.
always seem to admire each other's work. I guess in any endeavor, you tend to downplay your own efforts and admire other people's. I can't do art at all. And so I'm just in awe of everybody's skill that submitted anything.
It's lovely. It's all good. Is anybody else here? Is
Yes,
Beth or Julie?
I've finally been able to unmute, so I hope people can hear.
Yes. Hi, Julie. So you did a lot of research. You did a lot of research to do these drawings, right?
Because I'm more of a small doodler rather than a full picture person at the moment. So yeah, it was just some of the descriptives of when they were at the imperial court. So yeah, sort of studying different styles of Kepresh. So you've got the serpent, the symbol of royalty, but combine them with infinity, so never lasting, never ending. You know, the forwardness of the symbol, the longevity. It's but yeah, so just some got a little A6 book I doodle in occasionally.
Huh?
So, but unfortunately, the deadline also was the same deadline as my final assignment for university this year. So,
oh right, okay. Well, you know, these are. I couldn't make these any bigger, so I put them all on the one one slide.
Yeah,
Or I would slide each, but they. But yeah, they're great. Really good.
Just getting good.
So do you like to draw? Do you draw the fun a lot?
like I say, at the moment, it's I like to draw. It's often like just little doodles, little sketches at the moment, but yeah, hopefully have more time at some point.
That's what everybody needs, more time. There's never enough. There's a saying here in Greece when you do some activity, the people say, "Oh, that's good. That'll make the time pass." And I'm going, "I don't want the time to pass. I haven't got enough time. What are you talking about?" You know, like anything you're doing, it makes the time pass as if time is some burden that has to be passed. You know, it's not. There's never enough of it. There's never ever enough of it.
I know everybody's laughing at me because my task for the summer break from university is I have to visit museums. I have to clock 120 hours of museum visits. So.
Oh, that's fun. That's nice.
Yeah.
That would be my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. You can invite Charles Lark. He'll go with you.
Or Manala. Manala loves museums.
Yeah, lovely. Well, thank you, Julie. And thank you for submitting something. Really good. Is there anybody else? Is Beth around to talk about the quilt square? Or Natalie?
I saw Natalie on.
There's somebody named Beth in the
And
waiting
there's
room, but
Beth
I don't know.
Terry,
if
but I
Beth-
don't know if this is Beth Pogue or Beth Terry. No one's unmuting, so.
Okay, then, well, if there's nobody else here, it's time's moving on, so we'll, again, not enough time, everybody, not enough time. So I just wanted to share this, this quote that I found from Vera's Perpetual Calendar of Inspiration. I think it was in early August. I can't remember the date, but if anybody has it, they can look it up. It's only the last part of the quote. And it says, "A woman or a man is merely human until," I can't see the last word, "until they are inspired." So, and in my opinion, when you become inspired, something magical happens. So I think we'd all like to thank Vera for the inspiration she gives every single one of us.
Absolutely.
And that's it for the art show. So up next is the trivia final. So hang around for those. And if you're taking part, of course, you've got to be in there. And then after that, we have the closing ceremony. So it's been a wonderful convention, but there's still more good stuff to come. And the winner of this art show is going to be announced in the closing ceremony. Okay, thank you, everybody. Look forward to seeing you and all the artists that were in this year and the ones that were in last year, and even more people, new people, giving us some of their imaginations of Atlantis.
Great.
Bye.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.